welcome back to another episode of Precious Moments. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We're so glad to have you on this show. We've done 2 recordings so far. The first one was about why precious moments. Why are we doing what we're doing? It's not because we don't have anything else to do with our lives, but we believe that we have things to share, speak into our generation. So if you want to find out more, there is a link in the description box below. And the second episode, I was joined with my friend who's here again. Woohoo! Give it up for Fari. Yay! Yeah, we just had to do a quick outfit change. So we're ready to do month number 2. So we were talking about safe spaces. We were exploring that subject a little bit. What is a safe space? What does that look like? To be a safe space where people can come and talk to us about the things that they're facing in their lives. And then we talked about how in the past we have been unsafe, how we have been people who other people could not approach because of a personality flaw or other things. So if you want to find out more, there is the link to that video in the description box below. So today we're going to continue that conversation and just jumping on what you said last episode about your friend. She came to you, right? And she was coming to you with a situation that had something to do with what she was experiencing in her life, right? And based on how you responded, it changed the direction of the conversation. And then you ended up having a conversation about how she was experiencing you, right? And I feel like that's a different vibe altogether. Like, it's one thing for someone to come and tell me about their issue with someone else or something in their life. It's something else when it's how they are experiencing me, how I am a safe space, when someone is calling me out on that. What does it take to become a person who can handle those conversations where I'm like, Sissy, I feel you're judgy. Because that's hard.
It was. I had like a full-on, not to my friend, but to Tino, who's my husband. I was like, how could you call me judgmental? I'm so not judgmental. But
what did your husband say?
That's a whole nother video.
Okay.
But I think he heard me. My husband is very, he's not very reactive like I am. He's very mellow about life mostly. So yeah.
So I can see how that balances.
Yeah, it
out.
helps. It helps a lot.
Yeah, like there and he's like there.
Yeah, we need that. Yeah. Anyway, so what did he say to me? That's irrelevant. What was important was my reaction to my friend, and hearing her. To be honest, my first reaction, I think a natural reaction is like defensiveness. Like you want to defend yourself. Like, yeah, but I'm speaking truth into your life. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, like, what do you mean I'm judgmental? Do you know what I mean? Like, you just want to defend yourself. So not defending myself was important. But I think the most important thing is being able to hear that and then not necessarily taking it out on your friend, but taking it back to God and taking it back to Him and saying, God, like, I've been presented with this. And, like, I know I'm not perfect, but you know what? Like, it hurt me. Like, I was hurt. As much as later on, I could say that to my friend, but I couldn't say it in that instant because I was super hurt. And I think it would have come out a lot worse than it needed to. But taking it to God and being like, God, this is what has been said, and God, if there is something in me that is not of you, that is exuding this judgmentalness, it's not a word, but anyway, then God fix it. Like, I want you to fix me. And because in my relationships, I just want to be used by you. I don't want to just have friends. Like, yeah, I want people I can chill with, have fun with, blah blah blah, but ultimately, like, what is our purpose? And I think for me, friendship is so intentional. So when things like that happen, it's being a safe place means that person feels they can tell you and you don't react, you don't defend yourself, you take time out, reflect, take it back to God and be like, God, if this is true, then help me, fix me. And it's so good that we have the Holy Spirit because He is our helper and He helps us and He directs, like, actually go this way, actually say this way. So I think it's helped me to approach things differently, to have conversations differently with my homies. And yeah, I can see a difference in our friendships where I guess they trust me more with things that before I would have just been like, well, this is what I think. Yeah. And you should fix it. Kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah.
I can definitely see a difference.
Amen. I think we've had to have that conversation actually, where you've had to come to me with something very difficult for me to hear, kind of thing, and it was just like, what did you do? But again, I think that's what makes your relationship go to another level. Like you go deeper. When you're able to have conversations like that with your friends.
And just jumping on that, this is what helps relationships go deeper. I'm just reminded of something that happened last year. And I think for me that has been one of the hardest conversations I've had to have because it involved me having to admit that I'm not perfect and wrestle with emotions that up until that point I'd never wrestled with. And so the backstory is, so we have a mutual friend, right? And she, probably for, I'd say, a maximum of 2 years, she was believing for a child, and it just hadn't happened yet. And so for the first time I remember on her journey, I felt for the first time she got my journey. Not to say that I want a child, but, there's something else that I'm believing for. She got me. She got the emotions that come with being on that journey. She got me. And to be honest, it felt good because a lot of times people say, I get you, I hate. They don't. No, they don't. They really don't. And so it felt good being with her now on her journey for that and my journey for something else. And then she got pregnant, which was great. And I was from the bottom of my heart, I was happy for her. I was with her. I was like, yes. Praise the Lord, such an answer to prayer. But the most interesting thing happened. When the baby came, I could not stomach it. I could not celebrate the baby. And it's not because the baby didn't do anything for me. And I don't, at this point in my life, don't want a baby. So it's not so much the baby, it's what the baby represented. In my head, it was like, okay, so you stood for almost 2 years and you now have the manifestation of your promise. I've been standing for so much longer and here I am. You see? So you have comparison coming in. You have, and then now I'm fighting emotions of, oh no, what do you mean? How can I even be feeling like that? No, we don't do that, right? So you're already wrestling on the inside of you. So now what was happening was, and I get genuinely happy for my friends, like, if you're happy, I'm happy, and you know that I'm happy. Tabiwa is happy for me. There's no, right, I'm so in there with you. It's like, oh, you have a baby, we have a baby. It's also my baby. You're getting married, we are getting married. I'm so there with you. Like, I have no qualms about celebrating people from a very genuine and deep place. So I believe my friend felt it. When her baby came, I wasn't there. And so now I was wrestling. I was like, what do I do? Because what do I do? And so it took me probably 3 months of wrestling, of saying, okay, and coming to place, okay. And here's another thing, we need to honor the things that are going on the inside of us. However we label them, good or bad. We need to honor that. I feel like sometimes there's preaching against emotions, against, don't be led by emotions. But I feel like...
What do you mean by honor?
Honor, give them... Stop and recognize them.
Okay, right.
Yeah, recognize them. I see you, emotion. Okay. Ugly or beautiful, whatever you are. I see you. There's a reason why you're here. right? Because emotions came from God. So sometimes I feel like there's so much preaching against emotions, like they're from the enemy, when they're not. God created emotions, and they direct us to deeper issues. And so I had to stop and like, okay, right, what is the root issue here? And I felt like God had let me down. That was the root issue. The root issue was like, oh, okay, so you're doing stuff for everyone else but me. Okay. And so now, because I value my friendship with my friend, I had to have a conversation with her because we're 3 months into one of the biggest things in her life and I'm not there. And a lot of times as women, I don't know about men, but as women, that's where you have friendships where someone just goes quiet. Yeah. And friendship ends. And we never have conversations. It's just like, what happened?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And it could have easily been a situation like that. So
how did she take it?
So I was like, we need to talk. And I normally don't like to do that because it's quite daunting. It's like, oh my gosh. But I was like, well, we need to talk. And I was like, this is what I've been experiencing. And she's like, thank you so much for telling me. Because I was wrecking my brain. I just did not know. Yeah, and what am I going to do? Am I going to say, do you not like my baby? Like, am I going to come and say that? You know, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So thank you for being honest. And she, if anything, she was just grateful that I spoke with honesty and openness.
Yeah.
And the
safe space.
She was a safe space. Shout out, safe space. You know yourself. But the most beautiful thing happened afterwards, without even trying. I saw her child so differently. Immediately after that conversation, I could celebrate that baby with nothing. Yeah. It was now just a baby, a gift. We're so happy about this. Yeah. Yay, baby.
Yeah. And there's a freedom. Such a freedom.
Oh, girl. It's all about freedom, isn't it? And that's what it is. And I think it affects our relationship with God because I think because of what Adam did, because of the fall, we are always wanting to hide behind a fig leaf or whatever, or leaves. You know, we're always wanting to hide, but God sees all anyway. So when all these things happen, our response is we want to hide. We want to put up a barrier to connection. But God is like, where are you? Where are you? You know, he's calling, he's walking in the cool of the night and he's asking, where are you? But we're there, we're hidden behind all these things and he's calling us out. He really is. So yeah, that's my story. What should we ask them to do this month? I think, yeah, based on maybe the conversation they had last month, see if they can delve a little bit deeper. You know, and this is something that you can't just do with everyone. I feel like this is more of inner circle kind of conversations. I don't know. What do you think?
I get you. Like, you can't be like that homie you see only once a week on Sunday. It's not even a homie. Like, the person you see once a week on Sunday, hey, how's your week been? Yeah, good. Oh, so are you a safe space? Nah, that's weird. But, like, you know, like, your friends. Like, yeah, there's a difference. We all know there's a difference. There's definitely a difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's worth having difficult conversations because our relationships flourish. Our relationships get deeper roots, like, and where they survive. They'll stand the test of time because we have invested in that way.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah. And if you don't have friends, if you're a Christian, pray about it. If you're not a Christian, what do you do?
Go and meet people at like sports things
or wherever or whatever. Yeah, if you're not a Christian, make friends the way you know how to make friends. So if you're big on business, network. If you're big on arty things, go to the
whatever
things
you're interested in.
Yeah, and start connecting with people that way. And naturally, the people that are drawn to you, it's like a natural selection will happen. And then start working on that. But yeah, that's all from us. Next week we have a male, not next week, next month. Next month, people, next month. Sorry. Full salam. Next month we have a male on the show. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So we're gonna have a male perspective into the subject of safe spaces. What does that look like for the men in our lives? We don't want to leave them behind on these conversations because it's important. What affects women affects men too. Men get heartbroken. Men have feelings. So you don't want to miss that. So we'll see you next month. Bye. Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe. And we would love to hear from you, so drop your comments in the box below. That's all for me for now. Bye.